Caleb's story was one of remarkable faith, courage, and perseverance. First introduced as one of the 12 spies in Numbers 13, Caleb stood out as a man who trusted wholeheartedly in God's promises, even when facing overwhelming opposition. A member of the tribe of Judah, Caleb was chosen alongside Joshua and 10 other men to spy out Canaan, the land God had promised to Israel. After 40 days of exploring Canaan, the spies returned with mixed reports. They confirmed the land's abundance but feared the strength of its inhabitants. Most of the spies spread fear among the people, describing Canaan as a land of giants that they could not possibly conquer. Caleb, however, saw things differently. Boldly, he quieted the people and urged them to proceed, confidently declaring, "We should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it." Caleb's faith in God's promise set him apart. Yet the people succumbed to fear and rebelled. This rebellion led to God's judgment that Israel would wander the wilderness for 40 years. Because of Caleb's faith, God made him a unique promise. While the rebellious generation would die in the wilderness, Caleb and Joshua, the only 2 faithful spies, would enter Canaan. God commended Caleb for having a different spirit and for wholeheartedly following him. Caleb's faith did not waver during the wilderness years, as he patiently waited for the fulfillment of God's promise. 45 years later, after the conquest of much of Canaan, Caleb reappeared in Joshua 14, now 85 years old. Despite his age, Caleb's zeal remained strong. He approached Joshua at Gilgal, reminding him of God's promise to him decades earlier. Caleb requested Hebron, a region still inhabited by the Anakim giants, the very descendants the other spies once feared. Remarkably, Caleb declared that at 85 he was still as vigorous as he had been in his youth and fully capable of driving out the Anakim. Joshua blessed Caleb, granting him Hebron as his inheritance. Caleb's conquest of Hebron was a testament to his unwavering faith and courage. Where others might have shrunk from such a daunting task, Caleb embraced it, confident in God's power. Hebron became his inheritance, a symbol of his steadfast faith. His willingness to face giants in his old age highlighted his deep trust in God's promises and his determination to fulfill his calling. Caleb's faith left a lasting impact on future generations. His descendants inherited Hebron, and his life became an inspiration to others, showing them the power of trusting God wholeheartedly. Caleb's story concluded with him settling in Hebron, surrounded by the land God had promised him, a life marked by loyalty, courage, and fulfilled promises. Caleb's story, though often overshadowed by larger narratives in Scripture, stands as a powerful example of faith. He showed what it meant to believe in God's promises despite obstacles, age, or the passing of time. His life teaches us that faith isn't just about initial courage. It's about persistent belief in God's promises over a lifetime. Caleb's legacy endures as a reminder that wholehearted devotion to God is always rewarded, even if it requires waiting patiently for His timing. Applications. Trust in God's promises. Despite opposition, Caleb stood firm in his trust in God, even when others doubted. We can learn from his example to hold on to God's promises, regardless of opposition or discouragement from others. Remain faithful through waiting. Caleb's journey involved 45 years of waiting for God's promise. We are reminded that God's timing isn't always immediate, but our faithfulness during the wait is essential. Seek strength in God, regardless of age. At 85, Caleb took on challenges that would have intimidated younger men. His story encourages us that God can use us at any age if we rely on His strength. Face challenges with confidence in God's power. Caleb was unafraid of the giants in Hebron because he trusted in God's power over his circumstances. This teaches us to face our own giants with confidence, knowing God is with us. Leave a legacy of faith. Caleb's life inspired his descendants and those around him. Our faith and actions can leave a legacy that encourages future generations to trust and follow God wholeheartedly.